Last night at the Freedom Bus talk, if you will, call it what you will, up in the Hot Walk in Monaghan. Great night. Thanks very much, folks. Got a very warm welcome up there to anybody who's listening in from last night, who was there. It was wonderful to meet you all. I went into a description of a contract. Let's just call it an official offer for the moment. There was a lot of people up there who had or felt they were involved in somehow in mortgages and credit cards and all sorts of financial products, arrangements, whatever you want to call it. And on the side of the bus, there were certain open-ended offers, if you will. Write off your debts free, etc., etc. Bank fraud, etc., etc. And because TNS Radio was on that bus, again, across the top of TNS Radio, if you have a look, Seeking Solutions. Now, seeking solutions, to my mind, is where we all have to get to at one point. Some of us have gotten there a long time ago. Some of us are just getting there now. Others are still angry about the fact that the situation apparently that's in play at the moment is even there. I understand the anger. I do. I don't have any anger anymore about the situation. The point I'm making is I wanted there to be different offers, if you will, available of different potential solutions that people could use or enact if they chose to. So this little, I suppose it's a sticking plaster, really. It's not a true remedy. It's not a true cure. It's really a sticking plaster. But it's a sticking plaster to give people, I think, the ability to slow things down so they have a bit more time to teach and educate and learn. Oh, brilliant. I see Yoda has just put the podcast link up there for last night's talk. Brilliant. Thanks very much, Yoda. So what I'm going to describe here is basically that little, let's call it a sticking plaster for the moment. There are many people out there who, let's just use loose language here for this. Many people with mortgages, let's say. And let's imagine their mortgage repayment was €1,000 per month. And they've been paying the €1,000 per month, and eventually it eats into all of their savings and anything else they had lying about. And they're working night and day, different jobs, doing everything they can to try and meet that €1,000 per month. But you know something? It just doesn't matter what they do. They can't meet it either. He's lost his job, she's lost her job. Food bills are getting more expensive, energy bills are getting more expensive. It's all building up and building up and building up. And what's happening is these people are getting into financial difficulty. And eventually it gets to the point with some of them, they break down. Literally they break down, folks. They become damaged. Some of these people have broken down to the point where they actually couldn't take living anymore and committed suicide. That to me is no solution. I knew 8 great guys in the building trade over here that committed suicide. Some I knew very well, others I didn't know so well. I just knew them to see, or I'd come across them on building sites. But 8 guys dead because of what they thought a piece of paper was communicating to them. There's a big billboard down near the cross in Balbriggan before you turn up to come to Ardgillan Castle. And you see a photograph of a man on that billboard, and he said the caption reads, I used to build homes, now I've lost mine. I used to build homes, now I've lost mine. Well, let's face it, he didn't lose the home, right? It's still where it was. What he lost was he lost the belief that it was his home. That's what he lost. And why did he lose that? Because he listened, or he looked at what these pieces of paper apparently told him. So I said to myself, okay, there are methodologies people can use. For example, as detailed in Darrell's book, Darrell's process of attempting to deal with this was to go down that path. It's very similar to the Mary Elizabeth Croft path, I suppose, how I clobbered every cash confiscatory agency known to man. I don't know if you've read that book, but it's an interesting read. And Darrell's process was very similar. But when you take that process on, unless you've really, really done your homework, folks, I can't see an awful lot of people having major success with it. So last night I went into this. I mean, if you want to do it and you want to go down that process, that's fine. Or maybe you want to develop another process yourself, fine. And if it's more successful or better than any process anybody else has developed, by all means, get in touch and we'll put it out there if it stands up to logic and reason. I'll put it out there. But this little process, if you will, it's only a sticking plaster. I was nervous in some regards about putting it out there, simply because it is actually potentially open to abuse. Now, last night when I mentioned that, some faces in the crowd lit up, and others looked like they appreciated the fact that I'd said that to them. Because I said, look, this is not mine to hold on to. It's not even all my idea. This was, this has been shaped over time, shall we say, by many minds. I might have just clipped away a little bit of the fluff here and there and basically got the whole process down to one single sentence. It's a very simple sentence. It does exactly what it says on the tin type of sentence, if you will. Now, it's to do with contract. And if you get this done successfully, which you should do, there's no reason why you shouldn't, what it will allow you to do is to manage your finances appropriately. Now, when I put this out there, I was saying to people, look, if, for example, your mortgage is $1,000 a month and you just simply cannot afford it. Let's say you take in $2,000 a month and you absolutely need $1,000 to survive and live. And the other $1,000, you were happy enough for it to go to the mortgage. But suddenly, you're now down to $1,500 income a month. You need to reduce your mortgage payment to $500. I don't think that's unreasonable. If you have an average lifestyle, which 99% of people really, we have an average lifestyle, average quality of life. So if you need to reduce that mortgage payment down to $500 per month, for example, there is a way of doing it. This way would be, I believe, absolutely 100% effective, because it's based completely on the material that the legal world puts out there. Absolutely every single word, every single aspect of every single word, the antonyms, the him, and the antonyms, every single aspect of every single word in this one sentence I have looked up and others have looked up and researched. So we have viewed it from every different direction. And if, by all means, if you view it from every different direction and you find a flaw, please let me know. I'd be delighted to hear from you. So, sorry, thanks, Gary. I just see that on the screen there about affidavits. I will get to affidavits. But let me just finish this one off first. So this is an official offer, which, I mean, you know, we do have pictures of this in the document itself, but it's just one sentence. And it's official offer to the bank from the person, and yes, I said from the person, because it's a person. This is personal, okay? Personal finance, that's what it is, folks. It's all personal, not private. No need for titles, Mr. or Mrs. or any of that, but from the person to the bank to now operate account 123456, the euro symbol, £500 or 500, euros, pardon me, effected monthly, as satisfaction on all account demand / obligations, signed by. That's it. Real simple. In other words, you're making them an offer. And to that offer, one would attach the check. When that comes in through the postal system, registered post, standard post, makes no odds. Once that's lodged, they have accepted your offer. They will realize this. Acceptance